everyone, if you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if not, then welcome back to another one of my videos. So today's video is not what I was wanting to do at all, but life happened, you know, like I've had a very crazy past 2 weeks, and I'm finally just getting time now to sit down and film. Yeah, not the video that I wanted to have. I told you guys a few videos ago that I would have a haul and then a bookshelf tour coming, but you know, Amazon was not being prime. Birthday presents and Christmas presents only just arrived, and I have one last order that I'm waiting on until I do a book haul, and then I'm gonna do my shelf tour right after so that I know like where the books that I just hauled are gonna go in the shelf. Yeah, Amazon Prime has not been very prime recently, and I just didn't want to film a book haul and then literally get the books like 2 days later. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. I'm just gonna wait and do them all when I can, so apologies for the delay on that. It's gonna happen soon because I've gotten a good amount of books since my last haul, so yeah, I'm anticipating that, and I really wanted to film that today, but unfortunately I'm not gonna be able to. My TBR, my wrap up will come, and then those videos will be here. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today's video. I am actually pretty excited for this video. It's gonna be my February TBR, and I didn't have a January TBR mainly because it was my birthday month. I wanted to read what I wanted to read, but also I tried to sit down and film a January TBR and it just didn't work. I don't know what was going on, but I just was stuttering and I wasn't actually excited about the books, and I was just like, I don't want to do this. So I didn't film it. Instead, I did a what's on my Kindle video, and you guys really like that, so I'm kind of glad I did that. But we're gonna be back to good old TBRs today. This is my February TBR, and I think there's about 12 or 13 books on here. I didn't stick to my January TBR very much. Definitely not my December TBR, that was terrible. But I'm really excited about all of these books on here, so I think that February can be a really good reading month for me. Like I said, I'm very excited to read these books, so as soon as this video goes out, then I'll be like jumping on them. And thankfully, even though I did a what's on my Kindle video in like one of my last videos pretty recently, thankfully there's no like duplicates of the books that I talked about in my Kindle video versus this video, which I was really happy about because what's on my Kindle video is kind of similar to TBR, and I didn't want to have like two versions of the same thing with the same books. So thankfully these are all brand new books. I think I maybe talked about like one or two of them. Some of them just the releases got pushed, stuff like that. So anyway, we're gonna get into my February TBR now. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stick around, and we're gonna get into the 12 or 13 books that I want to read in February. Okay, so first we're gonna talk about books that are gonna be new releases soon, books that are coming soon, books that we may not know the date for, but I've been like anticipating for a bit. So the first one is Russian Ruin Part 2 by Catherine Wiltshire. This has been on my December TBR, my January TBR, and my February TBR. This author still hasn't finished this book, so she obviously hasn't published it, and I'm not even mad about it, honestly. I really want her to take her time with it. I'm just excited for it when it comes, and I know she's been going through a bit, so yeah, completely understandable. Not mad about the release pushback at all, but when it comes, I just know I'm gonna love that book. I've been talking about it so much, and I'm very hyped up for it, but I can also be patient and acknowledge that it needs some time to write a masterpiece. So anyway, that's Russian Ruin Part 2. She did say mid-February, late February, so hopefully it'll be on my Kindle soon. Another one that I am so fucking excited about is Bitter Secrets by Mia Knight. So I read Bitter Heat last July or something. Loved it. It was so good. It was really addicting, and yeah, I like fucking loved that book. I kind of obsessed over that book. Like, it was so good. The hero in here, he's like the perfect anti-hero, and I just loved it. But it was published back in like 2019, 2018 maybe, and I was so unsure of when we were getting the sequel because I feel like it's a trilogy. Finally, it is here. Okay, it came out on January 11th, and you might be like, Freya, why the fuck haven't you read it yet? Number one, it's not on Kindle Unlimited, and I haven't bought a book since Losers by Harley LaRue. But that's not really helping me prove my point here. Before I bought Losers by Harley LaRue, I hadn't bought a book in like years, honestly. So if I'm gonna buy a book off Kindle Unlimited, I'm just gonna fucking buy it in paperback. So that's what I did for this one, because I already have Bitter Heat on my shelf, may as well have Bitter Secrets. So I just bought the paperback, and I will read it when it comes sometime in early February. And so I thought, because it's such a like anticipated release for me, I may as well just read the paperback. Like, I haven't read a paperback in a while. I think it's gonna be fun. So yeah, that one is the package that I'm waiting for to do my book haul video. So let's hope and pray that it comes sometime in early February so I can get on filming that video. But yeah, Bitter Secrets, definitely gonna read it in February. As soon as that package comes, probably gonna be my next read. But I've heard some mixed feelings about this, and I'm a little scared. I saw some people ARC review it. I didn't see like too much chatter or buzz about it because I feel like a lot of people just don't know that it's out yet. But some of the reviews that I did see were like majority 3-star reads, and that's heartbreaking. So a little nervous, not gonna lie, but I think I'm gonna really like it, so I just want to get into it. And because I'm reading a paperback, like, I think it's gonna make the experience a lot better. So yeah, definitely reading it as soon as it comes in the mail. Next is The Choice by Ashley Jade. I also don't know what happened to part 2 of this duet. It's the Star-Crossed Lovers duet. One was supposed to come out on January 19th and the second one on the 26th. I haven't seen a lot of authors do that, so shout out her. That was like, she was totally thinking of us readers there when she did that. But something happened and she wasn't able to release the second book on the 26th, so I don't know what is coming, but I do know that I am very excited to read this. It's gonna be a rock star romance, and it's kind of like a not really a sequel, but like a spin-off on The Words by her, and I enjoyed that one, so I'm very excited to read it. I think it has a slight love triangle, and it's a like really messy, maybe toxic romance. I don't know. It's a rock star, so you like kind of expect that already, but yeah, I'm very hyped for it. I definitely want to read it. I kind of want to wait for the second book, but I might just end up reading it anyway. I mean, the second book I think is coming late February, so it wouldn't be too long of a wait, but yeah, definitely on this TBR, definitely want to read it. Next is Blood of My Monster by Rena Kent, and this one, once again, shout out her for having such a solid release schedule for this, that like we only have to wait a month for each book, and I feel like that just makes the reading experience so much better, and I really appreciate that she was thinking of us for that one. But anyway, this book, it's a Russian mafia romance, and the heroine is undercover as a guy because she wants to be a soldier for the Russian mafia, but they only accept guys, so she disguises herself as a guy, and then she falls in love with like her instructor, or like, I don't really know how you'd say that, but like her coach or like instructor like person. Definitely not the word for that, but you know what I mean. And I just think that sounds amazing, so I'm definitely hopping into this trilogy. I really hope that it delivers as a, because I usually don't like when the trilogy is about the same couple. I don't know, I just get bored, so I'm really hoping that this one delivers, and I think I will. Honestly, one thing I want to touch on, I'm not too pleased with this cover. I don't really know what it is, but I'm not loving it. It feels a little simple, and it just doesn't feel like what I think the story is gonna be. I mean, maybe once I read the story, I'll think of it differently, but I remember seeing the cover and being like, oh, that's not her greatest cover. But anyway, I'm obviously gonna read it. I'm very excited for it. I think the plot and like the book sounds so unique, and I really want to get into it. Next is Twisted Metal by Savannah Ryan. All I know about this one is that it's an MC romance. I don't even know if it's a reverse harem. I literally don't know any tropes in it, but it's a motorcycle club romance. That's all I know. When I'm looking at its page on Goodreads, it does sound like a reverse harem because in the blurb it says Trooper, Dutch, and Ranger. That is some fucking MC names right there. What the hell? That is so MC Club, it's killing me. But it has only 5-star reviews, so it's looking up, but I'm just realizing that I think this is a series about the same couple, and there's 3 books. I don't know about that. Oh, it's okay, it's not about the same couple. It sounds like a different couple, like reverse harem couple. Is that even a couple? I don't know. But it also doesn't look like the second one, which I think is called Twisted Intentions, is out yet. I don't know. Honestly, guys, I put this on my TBR to just like put it on my TBR. I think I'm gonna go in blind for this one, as long as it's not a series, and I think I'll be fine with it. But yeah, I think I could either really enjoy this one or just find it super mediocre and not like it at all, so we will see. Next up is The Auction by Maggie Cole. One of my friends on Instagram got to ARC read this, or beta read, I'm not too sure. And then since then, I've been seeing a lot of people get like packages for it, which looks super fun. I think that's really cool. And the premise of it just sounds really great. Another author that's doing really close releases. Book 1 comes February 1st, book 2 comes March 1st. Like, that is amazing. I really appreciate these authors doing this. So yeah, The Auction is on here. Like I said, the next book in this duet doesn't come out until March 1st, so I will read the first one. If I like it, read the second one, and let's hope I do like it. Next up is Hate Me by Summer O'Toole. This is like kind of like a spin-off on her other one, and I don't remember what her other one was called, but I know it's not about the same couple. It's just in the same world. It's a mafia romance, and I've still been in a mafia mood. Like, I started this mafia mood in November. I'm still in it, and it's lovely. I have some other mafia romances on here too, and I'm currently reading like back-to-back mafia romances, so it's a fun time. But anyway, Hate Me, it sounds like it's gonna be steamy and very passionate and a lot of tension, so I'm very excited for that. I think it's gonna be great. Yeah, I'm really expecting the steam to come out for this one, and of course the dark romance mafia aspect of it. I think it'll be like intermediate dark romance, but regardless, I'm just excited for it. Next up is one that I was very hesitant about putting on here. This is very like outside of my usual reading zone, but this is called Adrift by Swati MH. I really hope I said that first name right. This one, I think I just saw it on Goodreads and I was like, oh, that looks good. But it's a nanny romance, and I don't usually go for that, not gonna lie. I just feel like those never really work out for me. I never really seem to enjoy them, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I did read a nanny romance. I didn't know it was a nanny romance when I read it. That might have been why I read it, but I read it and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. There was also a huge freaking plot twist in that one. That was crazy. I cannot wait to talk about that in my wrap up. But Adrift sounds like a forbidden romance, and let's hope I enjoy it. Next we have When She Unravels by Gabrielle Sands. And we also have the second book in this series, which comes out sometime in February. But if I like the first one, then I'll read the second one. I put both of them on here because they just sound so good, and I'm really looking forward to it. But I actually found this recommendation in the comments of another booktuber's video. So I was watching Jen from the Book Refuge, and she had one of her really specific romance recommendation videos, which, by the way, shout out her because I love those. They always make me laugh, smile, and write down books for my TBR. They're so specific and I love them so much. Nobody else does the specific recs like her, and honestly, every time I see it, I'm like, yo, how do you remember that? My lists are so basic and my notes for books are terrible, and I really probably should switch my system up. But yeah, Jen puts so much thought into those specific recommendation videos, and I love them every time. So this specific one, I'll link it down below. It was actually for books where the heroine squirts, because I love when that happens in books, and they're like so oddly specific too, like it's so hard to find them. But yeah, shout out her because she did a whole video with recommendations for those, and then people in the comments were also giving more recommendations, and I was like, this is amazing. So I wrote down a few of them, and one of them is When She Unravels by Gabrielle Sands. It's also a mafia romance, and because I'm in the mood for that, I put it on here and I'm very excited to get to it. Okay, second to last is His Doll by Rainlin. I do not know how to say that. I'm not sure, but it looks like a gothic dark romance that's kind of like a messy and toxic love, but it looks pretty good. I saw this on Instagram. I think I saw like the cover reel for it, and I was like, oh, I like that cover. And then I read the blurb and I'm like, this sounds pretty good. So I'm looking forward to it. Always love a dark gothic romance. Literally always love that. I really hope it doesn't disappoint me because it could go either way. Okay, lastly, and I probably should have talked about this one first, but this is Painted Scars by Neva Altaj. I've seen this series go around a lot, and I didn't read it, honestly, because I saw something about a plagiarism allegation, and I don't know why that was so hard to pronounce for me. So after that, I kind of like contemplated reading it. I don't like to get into drama, and honestly, there's so many books in the world. If I don't read one book or one series, it's not the end of the world. It's literally fine with me. So yeah, I stayed away from it for a while, but then I saw more people talking about it. Like multiple friends on Instagram read it. Jen from the Book Refuge also read it, I'm pretty sure. And Ava from Ava's Romance Books, I think she got multiple arcs of them. So I was just like, y'all are overwhelming me with it, and this looks so good, so I'm gonna read it. More to Mary's book boyfriend video also turned the corner for me. The way she described the one hero in like book 4 or something, he sounded so good, so I was just like, okay, I'm reading it. So I think you guys will be interested to see my thoughts on this one. I think it's a mafia series that is getting popular, and a lot of people love it. I've literally heard nothing but good reviews other than the plagiarism allegation, but none of us really know the truth unless we are actually involved in it. So yeah, I'm gonna move past that. It is what it is. Now that I am gonna read this book, I'm really looking forward to it. All right, everyone, that is the end of today's TBR video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I once again am very much looking forward to this reading month. I think it's gonna be an amazing reading month. So yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing reading month as well. Let me know down in the comments if you are excited to see me read any of these books, or books that you are excited to read in February. And as always, all of my links are down in the description. You can find my Goodreads, my Instagram, my wish list, my email, all of that down in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video very soon.